Hey YouTube world, we are back with part 2 of my shopping addiction. I mean, my savvy shopping skills. When summer deals are happening where end of season items, past season items are on sale for 50, 60, 70% off, you do always have to jump on them. But not everything always works out. If you haven't seen the first video, definitely go check that out. I cover skincare, sun care, leather goods, handbags, accessories, all things I highly recommend at a fantastic price. Now these items are kind of a fail. There are 3 handbags. One of them I'm definitely returning. The other 2 I'm kind of on the fence, and I kind of just want to talk through it with all of you because you are my people, my community, and I always read everybody's comments, try to respond to everybody's comments on a somewhat timely manner. And I just want all of your opinions on these handbags and what you think about them. Again, this is just for fun. This is all one of our hobbies. Yes, I have a shopping addiction. So do you. That's why you're watching me. I recognize pretty much all of your user ID names. And of course, I do appreciate you guys all coming back week after week and dropping really heartfelt comments as I'm going through this. And I'm not the only one, right? I'm sure you guys are all going through life events and whatnot. So this, I want to keep as a happy place where we all just talk about handbags. Is it the most important thing in the world? Absolutely not, but it's just for fun. Enough of me rambling here. Let's get into the first item here where I did purchase from ShopBob, and they were doing a Prime Day sale of all of the clearance items with an extra 25 or 30% off. So these are like second markdown items and then another 25% off on top of that for Prime Day. The first piece from ShopBob, this one I'm definitely going to return because it did not fit my fingers. Again, this one is from Jennifer Fisher. I really like her items. In my previous video, I did show off a pair of earrings as well as this bracelet. I also purchased a ring from her and I thought it was the coolest design. You've got 3 of them in like this brassy gold hardware and then silver. So what's really cool about this is that it comes with one of these clasps where it keeps it all together. So it's kind of a nice visual effect. I got it in a size 8. I'm normally a size 8 or 9.5 depending on what finger, but because of the design, I feel like these run incredibly small or they just sent me the wrong item. This only fits on my pinky finger, and I know my ring finger is the size 8, not my pinky finger. So I'm gonna have to return this, but I thought this was an incredibly cool design. This little clasp right here is removable, so you can wear the rings separately or all together if you like. So this one definitely is going back, unfortunately. The biggest size that they go to is a size 8, so instead of exchanging it, I'm just gonna return it, but I wish they come in size 9. More quote unquote inclusive sizing. Now, the second item is from Ania Bing. I've been on an Ania Bing kick. Like I want everything Ania Bing. Shoes, clothing. This tank top is from Ania Bing. I recently purchased a bag that was also Ania Bing. This one is super adorable. Look at that. This smells like leather. And I love her design of the AB where she turned the logo into something very artistic and just a visual effect. And I think this is just a very sleek looking bag. Nikki, you've complained about how you hate camera bags, and here you are purchasing a camera bag. Sometimes I do need to eat my own words, but I don't know if I will be keeping this bag. It is beautiful. I love the color. And I love how Ania Bing has created a logo for herself that looks incredibly chic and artistic. It doesn't really look like a logo where it just says Louis Vuitton, Balenciaga, Gucci, right? This one actually looks very like it's a logo. Ania Bing has literally impressed me over and over again, whether it's the clothing, the shoes, the accessories, the leather goods. Everything she produces has been incredibly thoughtful, as well as the quality has been just immaculate. Even like this bag is no exception. The leather quality is phenomenal. The hardware zipper feels amazing. The hardware looks fantastic. The stitching, the glazing, just the craftsmanship of this particular bag is fantastic. It is made in Turkey. And again, I have nothing against things that are made or bags that are made in China and or Turkey. Not everything needs to be made in Italy, okay? I've seen tons of bags that are made in Italy that are just, you know, meh, or just terrible. So it really just comes down to the manufacturer that you pick in Turkey or China or Italy, doesn't matter where. and of course, quality control. It just really comes down to quality control. Now, this particular bag comes with a top handle. So it looks like this, which is completely adorable. And I've said this over and over again, how you differentiate yourself as an indie brand compared to other indie brands or just the big conglomerates in general is making your hardware proprietary. You can see how this is not your traditional lobster claw. It's actually a oval shape, and she does customize her hardware with the logo Ania Bing, very inconspicuous. I love that. Same thing with the zipper pull where she's got the AB logo on there as well. And it also does come with an adjustable crossbody strap. So you can, obviously take it on and off, commit to one or the other. And normally I would say, why are you giving us so many straps? It's annoying. You should just make it into one strap. But there is a design difference, whereas this crossbody strap is much thinner. And if you want to use kind of the shoulder strap or top handle strap, it is much thicker. So I could justify that and saying, yes, that makes sense where you have two different straps. And if you want to wear it as a clutch, you definitely can as well. You've got the dust bag that was in there. The interior is just one main compartment and one slip pocket. It is fabric lined and the fabric is not stitched down. So that's one critique I have for this particular bag, which I prefer having the fabric, the interior fabric, to be stitched down so that it gives a little bit more. It's not horrible. I've seen worse where that piece of interior fabric is just flying around and it's really annoying. But this one is actually not horrible because it is a camera bag. The slip pocket here is made of leather and it says Ania Bing here, but the rest of the bag is cloth. The only one other critique I have for this particular bag is that it has one zipper. Why did you not make two zippers so that it is much easier for you to figure out or just like decide which way you want to wear it this way, or if you want to wear it this way. Like sometimes you don't want the logo showing, but in her case, I feel like she's just like, this is the front and you are only right-handed. What if you are left-handed, right? So it's better for you to have two zippers. Again, I don't know how much more that would cost. And as an example, I did mention this in my previous video with Melody Cecile's or Dress Up Your Purse and this nano bag. If you haven't seen that video, go check that out. Look, it comes with two different zippers so that you can decide how you want to wear the bag and what direction you want the zippers to go in and not be constrained with just one zipper. I mean, just kind of common sense, right? So like I said, I don't know if I'm gonna keep this bag just because it is a camera bag. The pricing was fantastic. I think it came out to be like, I don't know, 60 or 70% off. I'll make sure to link everything down below for you. But overall, the quality and what I paid for this is just fantastic. It is a camera bag. I'm not the biggest fan of camera bags, but I don't know. I really love the design of this and the color of this. Would I go with like the Gucci version, like the disco version? I know that's incredibly popular. Or would I go with this one? I'm gonna go with this one all day just because this is cheaper bag, first of all, and it's much more inconspicuous than a Gucci, like a screaming Gucci. All right, let's talk about what I purchased from 24S. Everything in this box is probably gonna go back. They were doing a sale on top of a sale, like second markdown, and then an additional 30% off if you spend over $200. So of course I jumped on that deal. I wanted something a little bit lightweight, and I love Canada Goose jackets, and this one is very lightly filled with down. However, their sizing is just incredibly odd, I wanna say, because I did purchase this one in a medium, and it was just completely way too tight around the bust. Yes, I'm a little bit more busty, but everything else fit. I think the arms might be a little bit too tight. So I was just like, okay, this is not the first time that I purchased and had to return. You didn't see the first time, but I purchased a large vest and it was just way too big. So I decided that maybe their sizing has changed a little bit. And I purchased a medium with this long sleeve kind of lightweight jacket where it's easily packable if I'm traveling. Yeah, just completely way too small. So this one has to go back. And then the second Canada Goose product I purchased was this vest. Again, I don't learn from my mistakes apparently, but I bought this in a large because the other one I purchased was a much thicker one. So maybe it ran large, but I figured this one is a little bit more, well, really much more lightweight. And it was just way too big. I'm like basically swimming in it. Normally, I don't mind my outerwear to be a little bit large just because if I want to wear a thicker sweater, but I tried on a thicker sweater and wore this, I was still swimming in it. Literally, the medium was way too small. The large is just way too big. So I don't know what's going on with Canada Goose, but normally in my parkas, I'm usually a large. So when it comes to these thinner options, they apparently can't figure their shit out. So needless to say, both of these items are going back. This is a bag. This is definitely going back. You know I'm a big fan of Wandler, and if you are not familiar with Wandler, another indie brand with fantastic quality. They are a Dutch indie brand, and I think they're just completely underrated. And it did come with this beautiful box in this kind of odd green, but it's nevertheless, it's a very substantial box. There's the dust bag, which we've seen before. Decided to pick up the Penelope bag, which if you, again, have been with me for a while, I do have this bag in the micro size. Their leather just smells freaking phenomenal, and I feel like all companies that make leather bags should have their bags smell as strong of a leather as this one. And of course, Hermes also punches you in the face with the smell of leather. So I figured I really like my micro one, that I would actually like the bigger version. However, this one just didn't fit on me very nicely. It just didn't fit very nicely to the shape of my body. I feel like the strap for this shoulder, again, could be a me issue, is not long enough for me to wear comfortably as a shoulder bag. It also comes with a crossbody leather strap, which I also talked about about Wandler and how I love their strap is incredibly soft and malleable. It doesn't have this weird kink, and it's not super hard where it's just hard to put away. And normally if you have a lot of crossbody bags, the strap just does whatever it wants, like those little flower things. And again, it's really hard to put them away. Whereas this one, you can easily tuck it away because it's much more malleable, a lot softer. The hardware is this beautiful brushed gold hardware, and it does come with lobster claws. So if you want to take this off and put it away in the back, you can just wear this as a shoulder bag. Now the interior, there are 2 different compartments. There aren't any smaller pockets or slip pockets or zip pockets. It's just straight up 2 compartments right here. And the interior is microfiber suede. And I always gave props to Wandler because they do these fantastic interior built-in magnets. So it's not just like a metal piece that it protrudes and then it gets scratches up as you use it. When it is built in with a leather piece on the actual magnets, that is definitely attention to detail. However, I find it really interesting on this particular bag. This is not the case for my micro version. It's like they missed a part right here where you see how this one has a fold over, and they forgot to do it on this side. So this does not look aesthetically pleasing. Is it the biggest deal? No, but it just made me feel like this bag right here is kind of incomplete, whereas this portion looks like what it should be with an extra piece of leather covering the magnets itself. Again, the craftsmanship on Wandler's bags are all just fantastic. The glazing is beautiful. The stitching is beautiful. Just overall, the leather feels amazing. I feel like I'm returning this is because of the shape and the size. The micro one worked fantastically for me, but because this is kind of like an accordion style, and then up at the top, it's kind of karate chop and slouchy, it just feels not right on my body. And the size of it is just kind of disproportionate for what the bag is made to look like as well as function. Size here, even though they call it the big size, it's kind of like a medium-sized bag to me, where I feel like this needs to either be a micro one, which I already have, or a massive one where you can have it droop a little bit lower and sit a little bit lower on your body. I was really excited to receive this bag just because I knew I love the micro version so much. Unfortunately, this has to go back. All right, the last bag here was purchased from Etsy. I've been looking for kind of like the Hermes plume bag or maybe the Row. This is a pretty simple silhouette that has been around for quite a while. And I just been looking for something that, I don't know, I just keep looking at this style and I just it's no big deal. You don't need this kind of bag. And I was just like, I need it. So I found one on Etsy, the same manufacturer that I think is also on Amazon. Obviously this bag is made from China. And what I've noticed is that all of the bags that is made in China, they all kind of smell the same, this weird chemical smell. Now, this was I don't know, $70, $80. So the leather feels great. It feels fantastic, but the smell is very distinctive. And again, I don't know why I have this weird obsession with this particular silhouette. And I keep looking at the Row, I keep looking at other brands, and I just can't justify spending $6,000 on something that is incredibly simple in design. Same thing with the plume bag from Hermes. Yes, obviously the leather is gonna be much more refined and beautiful and high quality. I just wanted something to kind of scratch that itch, and this totally did it. However, when they shipped it, they kind of like crumbled it up into one of those like FedEx bags or just like a plastic bags, and it just arrives kind of crumbled where it's got that, you see that line right here, and it kind of bugs me. I did reach out to them and say, hey, not really happy with this. I would like an exchange, or if you can't exchange it, like I would want to do a refund or a return. They're like, a leather bag. What did you expect? You have to use it before it smooths out. I already stuffed this bag and it's been around for a couple weeks already, and I've used leather bags. This indentation is not coming out, so no matter how many days I used it. So haven't had the time to go fight them on it, but it's $80. Is it worth my time? Probably not. It's kind of a nice work bag, I guess, just a toss around bag. Maybe I'll turn it into a Q bag where I put her bowls and treats and whatever if I'm going on a day trip, and she gets to be bougie. But overall, it's a really cute bag. I just wish that they would ship it a little bit better, and maybe I'm wrong where this actually will kind of smooth out. Have you guys had experience with this where the leather actually gets smooths out as you use it? Let me know in the comments down below. I just took all of the stuffing out. As you can see, this is an incredibly smushy bag, which I kind of like. You would think that this is going to be a much more structured bag. And of course, unlike this particular bag, it does have 2 different zippers, which again, I find it so crucial with, you know, bowler bags or just bags in general. They need to have 2 different zippers. Zippers are really smooth. It is silver hardware, and you can see the interior. It is fabric lined and it is stitched down. It comes with 1 slip pocket. On the other side, there is a zipped interior pocket. Nothing crazy. It's just, you know, accordion style right here. The stitching on the inside is actually pretty terrible, but it's on the interior, so you're not going to be seeing it very often. Looking at the stitching on the outside, it's not great, but again, it's a cheapy bag. It's made of real leather. I'm not asking, this is kind of to be expected. It does come with feet at the bottom. I forgot to mention that. The handles itself, the rolled handles, are pretty substantial. It feels really nice. The glazing actually is done really well. It's just the stitching is not the best. If you look at this bag from afar, you would think it's pretty high quality. It's when you start looking at it closely with your nose up to it, you're like, yeah, look at this pop stitching right there. Yeah, you're gonna see the details. And that is the 3rd bag. We'll see what happens with this one. This one's definitely going back. This one I'm still a little bit wishy-washy about. Let me know what you think about this particular Ania Bing bag, if I should keep it or if I should return it. Do I have enough bags? Yes, I do. Do I have too many bags? Also, yes. So I really hope you enjoyed that unboxing, run through all of the different items here and what goes on internally in my brain and just rambling here. If you're new to my channel, do drop me a comment down below, and I would love to welcome you to my little crazy ass community. If you're returning, I'm glad you're here. I rely on you every single week to interact with me and talk about the psychotic things that go on in my mind, talking about purses and whatnot. So life is hard. I want to help you save time and money so that you can somehow adult easier and hopefully less than retail. This is all less than retail. I got really good deals on this. I'll see y'all next time.